Hi, this is Eric from Zoey, and today I'm going to walk you through order states and statuses, or how order processing and custom order statuses work in Zoey. Typically, people run into this issue when they don't understand how or why orders are in different order statuses, or that they want orders to be in different statuses by default. So to start, I'm going to define for you what an order state is, because this is a term that typically is not seen elsewhere, but is unique to Zoey. A state is a step in the order processing workflow that cannot be changed. It is predefined by Zoey. It has very clear and specific definitions, and a state can have multiple statuses. To help illustrate this, I have this diagram here of the basic order state process. So an order state has three main steps: new, processing, and complete. A new order is initially placed into the new state, but this means that the order has not been paid for, nor has it been shipped. Then there's the processing state, which comes after this. The order is placed here after the order has either been paid for or has been shipped, but not both. And then there's the complete order state. This means that the order has been both paid for and shipped, and it is complete. Now, there are three other states that you may be aware of or encounter. That's canceled, on hold, or closed. An order can be canceled only if it is in the new state, which means that the order has not been shipped, it's not been paid for, therefore it can easily just be canceled. Then there's the on hold step. The on hold state can be assigned to an order at any time as long as it's not complete. And then there's the closed state. The closed state comes in after the order has been completed, which means that it's been shipped and it's been paid for. But if the items need to be returned or the funds need to be refunded, then once everything is returned or everything is refunded, the order goes into a state called closed. So now let's talk about what order statuses are. Now that we understand states, an order status is actually used by the merchant to track and to communicate the default and any other additional order processing steps to the customer or to their staff. Each state has a default status, meaning when actions that change the state of an order occur, the order will automatically be set to the default status of that state. This is a little bit confusing, but I'll walk through this a bit more. Here's just a basic example. The default status for the state of new is pending. So when a new order is placed and it hasn't had any funds captured and it hasn't been shipped, the order status is pending while the state is new. The default status for the state processing is actually the same word, processing. So once the order is either invoiced or shipped, then it gets moved into the state of processing with the status of processing. Now this seems pretty basic, very simple, and that's exactly how it's designed. And in a minute we'll discuss a bit more about why it's designed this way and what are the benefits of this. So just to review, the three main states are new, processing, and complete, and the default statuses for each of those states are pending, processing, and complete. So now we get into something called custom order statuses. This is really the power of this system. You can create custom order statuses to build a custom manual workflow into the default order processing steps. So for example, if you have an approval process before an order can either be invoiced or shipped, you can create a new status assigned to the new state. A status such as pending approval from sales representative, pending approval from sales manager. Once it goes through that step, then it can get moved into the invoicing step, which is processing. And then let's say you have the next example here, order preparation steps that must be taken after the invoice is created, but before the order can be shipped. So typically in like the custom printing business, the invoice comes in, the invoice is paid, and then the order could be sent to be printed. So you could have a status of ready for print, or printed, or returned from printer, pending shipment, all within the processing state before it gets moved into complete once the order has actually been shipped to the user. There's a few other important things to know about statuses before we close up this presentation. Some payment methods actually allow you to specify which status to put the order in after funds are captured. This allows you to, say for a specific payment gateway, once the funds are captured, to put it into a unique status that is not the default status of the processing state. some third-party integrations automatically change the state and status of your orders. So if something is happening and you're not sure that you're actually doing it, please check to make sure you don't have any third-party integrations that are automatically updating your statuses. These integrations typically handle shipping and billing. Some payment gateways will automatically update the order status during processes that run in the background, such as fraud prevention, capturing payment, failure to capture due to bank errors, and refunds. So all of these things can happen naturally, either by the end user doing it, by the processor doing it, or yourself going into the payment gateway and doing it. And it's possible that it can update the order status or state in your Zoey order. So understanding the order state workflow, that workflow that I showed you in the earlier slide with new, processing, complete, and the default order statuses for those states, can help you understand why you can or cannot change order statuses in your admin. So with that, where do you manage order statuses? If you do want to build your own custom order statuses and order status workflow, you can go into Setup, Checkout Settings, and click to Manage Order Statuses. Here you'll have a screen that shows you all of the statuses and all of the states, and allow you to create new statuses and assign those statuses to those states. You could even specify a custom status to be default. So for instance, if you need ready for shipping to be the default status of your processing state, you can specify that in this screen. Once you've fully digested all this information, you have now mastered order states and statuses in Zoey and are a master of your order processing. I hope this was helpful.